All right, here we go. Lord Jamar, welcome back to Vlad TV.
Peace was good.
Second appearance. Second appearance in the last month or so.
Yep.
Getting back to our rhythm, how we usually do it. And today, you are not wearing the Mexican Jordans.
No, sir, senor. We don't have on the Jordans today.
You ain't got the Miguel Jordans?
We ain't got the, I don't know if you heard the story, but I was out, I was in my neighborhood, I had them on, I was walking my dog, a fucking van pulls up, motherfuckers with
Ice pulled
bulletproof
up?
vest and motherfucking poo shiesties pulled up. They fucking lifted me in the air, took my fucking Mexican Jordans. I ain't seen these motherfuckers since, man.
I think I seen him in Tijuana the other day.
Listen, man, I didn't even know that Mexican Jordans was a thing. You understand?
I didn't know either. I've never heard that term. I had to look up what it is. So apparently, based on various TikTok videos and so forth, Mexican families, like working class Mexican families, their kids ask for Jordans, so they go to Foot Locker. You know, the retros are more expensive and they're a lot harder to get sometimes. So they're like, oh, okay, these are some nice looking Jordans. They buy them. They're a little bit cheaper than the cheap Jordans. And they give them to the kids, and the kids look fresh, and they rock them. And they became known as Mexican Jordans over time.
Listen, I had no idea. I'm in Boston. I'm in the store. I got my son, my grandson. My man DJ Faze was with me. Shout out to DJ Faze. And I saw some kicks that I thought I like. I don't know. Listen, I'm not in the Jordan religion. I don't really know the difference. I guess I'm just an old head or something, but I don't know the difference between Team Jordan and Jordan. I have a lot of Jordans. That's probably my only Team Jordan that I have, I believe.
Right.
But yeah, when people started talking this shit in the comments, oh, he got on Mexican Jordans, I'm like, where? Who? Like, what?
You got on Mexican Jordans.
And so I said, all right, I gotta, you know what I mean? Let me wear some American Jordans today, just so motherfuckers know.
Well, here's the thing. Because of that interview, a representative from the Mexican community reached out to me and would like to thank you for promoting Mexican fashion, and they brought a small token.
Yo, you's a funny motherfucker. You's a funny motherfucker. Yeah.
Here we go.
Oh, thank you. I'm not putting it on, but thank you. I appreciate it.
And we got the poncho to go with it.
Good looking. I appreciate that. All my essays in this motherfucker.
You want to put it over your head?
We're going to have some Maria tacos next time. Yeah, I appreciate you, though. He's a funny guy. He's a funny guy. Add comedy to your list of accolades.
Well, someone that we've both had on our show at some point, Dr. Umar Johnson.
Yes.
Who still has not built the school, by the way. When I did my first interview with him, which was like, 12 years ago? Hold on, let me look up. How old? Let me see. Let's see when I did the Umar interview. Let's sort by reverse date. 2016. 9 years ago, I did the interview, and he said the school's coming soon. Now, you're actually trying to own your own school or buy your own school? Explain that to me.
The Frederick Douglass and Marcus Garvey Academy is a school that I conceived of a very long time ago, but began to actually put teeth into the creation of that school a couple of years ago.
And then it's like, oh, we got the school. Oh no, someone broke in and they stole all the books. So now it's pushed back again.
While I was on the live, the children had snuck into the school, which means they knew the door was unlocked.
And more recently now, he made a video saying someone hacked into his bank account. Did you see that?
Dr. Umar has access to no money right now because my personal account contains all of my money. I only send it to Apple Pay and PayPal as necessary.
Someone, listen, I've had a bank account, for whatever, 40 years, in various banks, from Wells Fargo to Chase to, whoever else. you go down to the bank if there's a problem, they fix whatever needs to be fixed. Or you call the 1-800 number, you ask to speak to a person. If there were some fraudulent
transactions, if there were some transactions that seemed suspect and it wasn't you, then this can be verified and cleared up.
Exactly. I've never had a problem. In fact, when I get fraudulent charges, they usually send it to me right away, and those charges don't go through. But the fact that he now has no money, I just feel he's just leaning into this. He's like, okay, y'all gonna say that I'm shiesty? Okay, I'll just go full shiesty.
I mean, I think Umar is a very smart dude.
I agree.
Okay? He's right about a lot of things. Okay? He says a lot of good stuff. He got a lot of good perspectives on a lot of different topics. Mm-hmm. But when it comes to this school thing and this, what's obviously a mismanagement of funds.
I agree.
I think he's painted himself into a corner where he just can't admit what has happened.
Yeah.
And just say, all right, y'all, I fucked up. I fucked up.
Yeah, I tried.
Yeah, listen,
it didn't work.
But, you know, I like the ladies. I like different things. You know what I mean? I gotta live. I you know, all of that money, did it all go into the school? No. I ended up doing, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
He might have tricked some of it off, like, you know what I mean? I ain't gonna hold you because, see, he's not a regular, like, it's funny, I just saw a video of him earlier and he was talking about how some broad he was with basically gave the Prince of Pan-Africanism some sloppy toppy. And then when it was her turn, he said that her thing smelled so bad that, you know, it smelled like, you know.
He's talking about this?
This is what I'm saying. And I'm like, hold up. I'm just thinking back to our leaders back in the days, like Farrakhan and Malcolm X. They would have never had a conversation like that.
Martin Luther King.
Not in public.
Not in public.
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
And so I was like, damn, like, I guess part of him he just don't give a fuck, or this is that new age, some new age shit that we on. But all I'm saying is, because you know, people will be like, oh, you went up on that white man's platform and you talked about Umar, you talked about the black man. Listen, first of all, anything that I talk about online is usually a question that I'm asked. Like, I didn't come here and bring up Umar. I had no idea that you was gonna bring up Umar right now. So I'm just addressing what you're saying. And I led with that I think he's a brilliant dude. Like,
and I agree, I think he's very smart.
Right, but
never said he was stupid.
Shit with the school, and see what bothers me, I had him on my show as
exactly,
well.
That's why I said it. Yeah.
I offered him resources. See, I saw somebody say, you know, it's hard when you're trying to do things by yourself. They're going to hold you back. And has anybody offered him this? I saw a girl make a video, like, in support of him. Has anybody offered to do this? Yes. Yes, people have offered to do the HVAC. People have offered, like my father-in-law, he has had a school just like Umar. Now, Umar will say,
oh, okay.
It's not the same exact thing that I'm doing because, you know, I don't take funds from this and that. Listen, he started a school from scratch.
Yeah.
You know, my father-in-law had a school where it started with like 4 mobile trailer type of shit.
Okay.
Now he got a full building, you know, in East New York, kid 90% going to college type of school.
Like a charter
uniform.
school kind of?
Yeah, some shit like that. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And it's children of all different faiths, and you know, but it's mostly black children. But you know, you got Muslim, Christian, all kind of children together. And so I was like, yo, I talked to Pops, and he's like, yo, if homeboy needs any advice or anything like that, you know what I mean? Tell him I'm here. When I told him that, he was like, nah, I'm good. Like, all I need is donations.
Yeah.
Like, I don't need help. I don't need advice. I got help. I got mentors. All we need is donations.
Right.
That's what he said.
Right.
That's what he said.
People online are calling him the Pan-African Prince of Panhandling.
Oh, man, yo.
It's got a ring to it. Doesn't it have a ring to it?
Because
Pan-African Prince of Panhandling.
He set it up with the pan part. Like, the pan of panhandling. That's crazy. That's crazy.
I did a poll on my website. Well, let me say, before I did this, I was talking to Ari Spears. We were talking about, Umar, white girls. And Ari said,
oh, I saw.
He said, I would fuck a white girl on top of Umar Johnson.
I'd fuck a bad white bitch on top of Umar Johnson.
So you just be lying there on the bed?
He's on the bed and me and her are on top of that nigga.
And of course, Umar posted it and said...
No, I didn't see that.
Yeah, Umar posted the video and said, why do these black men go on this white man's platform and embarrass themselves? I'm like, I don't think he embarrassed himself. He was making fun of you. And I did a poll, right? I said, if Dr. Umar Johnson was thrown the pussy from Sydney Sweeney and no one would know about it.
I don't even know who that is. But
Sydney Sweeney is like that white girl, from... she's the it white girl. She's in that new American Eagle commercial. Okay, hold on.
It's not gonna make me ring a bell. I mean, you could show it to me, but I don't be knowing these motherfuckers like that. I'm not immersed in pop culture like that. Okay, I might have seen her before.
Okay, yeah, she was in Euphoria. She really got big because she did this nude scene in Euphoria, and she had kind of these big, full titties, and everyone kind of went crazy. And then now she's kind of like one of the it girls, right? She was in this new ad that people. You didn't see the jeans ad? This is actually kind of a good transition to this. Hold on a second.
Genes are passed down from parents to offspring, often determining traits like hair color, personality, and even eye color. My genes are blue.
Sydney Sweeney has very genes.
Genes are passed down from parents to offspring, often determining traits like hair color, personality, and even eye color. My genes are blue.
So people are saying this is a racist ad. It's eugenics. Genes passed down, blue. She has blue eyes, and they're saying that they're trying to promote blue eyes, and I don't know. It seems a little silly to me.
Yeah, I didn't get it.
Yeah.
I just thought her ass looked mad flat.
Oh no, for her it's all titty.
She got a long pass behind her.
It's all titty. She's all titty. But her titties are nice. She got nice titties. No one's mad at the titties.
She had a long day.
Right. Yeah, I mean, look. Most of my serious relationships have been with black women, but I've dated white girls, I've dated Asian girls, I've dated Spanish girls. I mean, if you connect with someone, you connect with someone. This whole anti-bunny hopping thing and so forth. Do you think Umar has ever slept with a white woman? On the low? Because that might be why he's broke. They might be extorting him. There might be a girl named Becky. It's like, Umar, I need $10,000 a month or I'm going public with this. Mess up your whole Pan-African thing.
I don't know.
Nah?
I don't know. I mean, it's possible. Anything's possible. But some people, he doesn't seem like he even have the opportunity necessarily.
You don't think a white girl throws some pussy?
At Umar?
Yeah.
Why? I mean, unless she was
there was that video of him looking like he was kind of flirting with a white girl in the mall. You didn't see that video?
Well, there's one video where they mistook a girl and they call her "Don't Call Me White Girl," but she's really black.
Right.
But it looked like he was flirting with a white girl, but she's not white.
Well, there was the one at the mall where he was flirting with a white girl. But
yeah, I don't know. See, I mean, Omar don't look like he gets broads like that, period. Like, he's white, black, like, you know what I mean? Like,
I mean, when you're known and you're doing talks to large crowds, you
I guess you got little,
you're
gonna have little groupies,
you're gonna get that. People walking up to you, taking photos with you, people, girls gonna know this.
Listen, there's motherfuckers that claim they don't eat pork, that when nobody's around, you know what I mean? And the last pepperoni slice is sitting there, they fucking go ahead and eat it. So you can't say. I don't know. I guess that's the quality of a person is what you do when people can't see.
Fact.
What you do when the cameras are not around.
Yeah.
And you don't think anybody's watching.
Look, Umar, I know you're gonna watch this because you seem to watch all my videos. I truly hope you do build your school. And if you do build it, I would like to interview you at that school. With the school, like actually, in one of the auditoriums.
Everybody would want to interview him at the school, bro. It would be.
But I'm saying, as someone who is, he's talked shit about me, I'm talking my shit
back. The Nightline would show up here like, breaking news.
Time Magazine would put him on
Dr.
the cover.
Umar has opened the school.
Finally built his school.
I'm Ken Jennings, and he's done it, y'all.
He's done it, y'all.
It's finally happened. Shit.
Well, Shannon Sharpe, after paying off his OnlyFans accuser allegedly $23 million, allegedly, I don't know if it's true, allegedly, he was fired by ESPN.
Now, I told you that my boy said he saw the joint, and it looked very bad. It was just a piece, but it looked very bad.
Yeah.
Now, I think we said he's going to get locked up. I don't know if he's going to get locked up.
Well, no, I don't think he's going to get locked up because there's no criminal case.
Right. But
unless the feds take it on, but there hasn't really...
The fact that
doesn't seem like
he paid that girl all that money to where the next day she was like, oh, I'm retiring in this motherfucker.
She put up a retirement post like she was Tom Brady after winning all the Super Bowls and beating every record.
No more OnlyFans for me. She threw out
I've never seen an OnlyFans retirement post of that caliber.
All her vibrators, all her dildos, all her fucking backdrops, whatever the fuck she had.
And you know something? She posted up a new one. People were hitting me with this today. She got her body done. Of course. She got her whole body done, so she's recovering from surgery right now. Probably got some titties and ass, which she didn't have before.
Wow. So he just paid for a whole upgrade.
Yeah.
And then still lost his job at ESPN.
He should have just gone to court. It probably would have been cheaper.
See, ESPN is a subsidiary of Disney.
Yes.
And Disney always wants to act like they super clean. You know what I mean?
No, I feel you. Look, I mean, I ran into Jonathan Majors recently. At the Hollywood Unlocked Awards.
Right.
And when we started talking, I said, listen, Magazine Dreams, this movie that he was just in, I said, you had an Oscar-worthy performance. Have you seen this?
Mm-mm.
Have you even heard about it?
Mm-mm.
Exactly. Brilliant film. The best film I've seen all year.
But they're shitting on him, so they're burying it.
He plays kind of like a slightly retarded wannabe bodybuilder. Right? Someone who's he's still an amateur, but trying to be pro, but he's getting sixth place in contests, and he's a little bit retarded, and he's got violence problems, and there's racial overtones, there's some gay stuff.
I was just going to say, is there some gay shit in there?
There's some gay shit in there. I'm saying, you want an Oscar, throw some gay shit in there. You'll get it, right? Nobody has heard about it. It was the best film of the year.
I don't want to hear about it now.
I mean, listen, it ain't like...
Did they make him do some gay shit?
Spoiler alert, yeah. But then you don't see it, though. It's implied.
I don't care.
It's implied.
That would have made me not take the role.
Well, he took the role, and he killed it.
I'm just saying.
He killed it.
For me.
He killed it. Killed the role. That's the best I've ever seen him do.
Dope.
Period. And nobody's even heard about it because there was no push behind it. There you have it. That's because of the whole white girl, charge and everything else like that. And All I've ever seen was him running from the girl.
That's what I was gonna say. The one that was chasing him.
The one
down
that was
the block.
chasing him.
Like that shit was hilarious, yo.
Lose your job because someone's running after you. I don't know, man. But look, the Shannon Sharpe accuser was represented by none only than Tony Busby.
Ain't that your man?
That's my man right there.
Ain't that your man? So she was represented by Tony Busby, so
Yes.
that means he got him a nice little cut.
Oh, he got probably 30%. So if she got 23.
Yeah, he definitely got a third.
Let's do the math. 23 times 0.3. Walked away with almost $7 million. Almost 7.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice to just represent a whore and just, you know what I mean? And just get paid like that. Like, that's
not
crazy.
even go to court.
Right.
Just release a little bit of audio, make a public statement. There was a statement on April 20, 2025. The Busby firm filed a complaint in Nevada making several allegations against Shannon Sharpe on behalf of our client. Both sides acknowledged a long-term consensual and tumultuous relationship. After protracted and respectful negotiations, I'm pleased to announce we have reached a mutually agreed-upon resolution. All matters have now been addressed satisfactorily, and the matter is closed. The lawsuit will thus face dismissal with prejudice, meaning that they can't file another one with something similar. There you have it. She went straight to the surgeon, got her BBL and her titties done, I'm sure, and she's retired. With this type of money, if she really got this much, all she has to do is put it in a 5% interest account, and she could comfortably live for the rest of her life without even touching the original money.
Right, but she's still going to be a whore behind the scenes. Like, she's always going to be a whore because that's just in her. You know what I mean? Like, you could just tell, like, yeah, that's just part of her makeup. But now she don't have to do it on camera for money. Now she could just be a private whore and, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But now some people's gonna be scared to do the shit that she likes, like get slapped up and choked and shit like that. You know what I mean? Because she probably was with all the shits, but knew that if she taped it, it was gonna look bad if you just have that small frame in time.
Well, recently, Happy Gilmore 2 got released.
Okay.
And Eminem made a cameo appearance.
Oh, really?
Yes.
I don't even know if I've seen Happy Gilmore 1, to be honest.
It was a classic.
Yeah,
Happy Gilmore
I may
was a
have
classic.
seen it, but
I'm an Adam Sandler fan, though, so I try to watch. I think I watch pretty much all his movies.
Okay.
Okay.
I like Adam Sandler. I mean, I've seen some shit. What's the one where he was like a retarded water boy or some shit?
Yeah, Water Boy.
Yeah, I like that one.
Well, he plays a basically Happy
With the
Gilmore.
foosball, his mom was.
Happy Gilmore, basically, he plays this, this young guy, the first one, who always wanted to play hockey, but he wasn't very good at it. He always sucked. And one day he just hit a golf ball for the hell of it, and it just went like 500 yards. And people are like, "Oh my God, you're a natural." The next thing you know, he's in the tournaments and he's winning, but he's still kind of like a hockey player. So he's like tackling people, using a hockey puck to putt it, and that type of stuff. So Eminem made an appearance.
Okay.
And he just looked very different.
Diddy.
Let me show you.
Happy Gilmore. Man, I wish my father was here to see this. Unfortunately, he's in the great Sizzler in the sky.
You know what? I don't miss that dude at all.
What are you gonna do, Happy Boy? Unless you want to go to jail, you can't hit me, jackass.
Oh my goodness!
Yeah.
What's with that beard?
So you got to see it close up.
So what it appears to be is that a lot of his facial muscles are not moving, and he probably has Botox in his face.
So that's Botox.
That's what that looks like.
With makeup maybe on top of it, but it just looks...
It looks swollen. His face looks swollen.
Yeah.
And it's not moving. Like, you see how you know what I mean? I'm gonna do all of that type of shit. And then, I got stung by a fucking wasp, and that's what this mark is on my face. But anyway, it looks very stiff. It looks very like white woman, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Park Avenue fucking shit. And then the beard looks dyed, and seems like he's overacting a little bit. Like,
Acting wasn't great.
Yeah.
Acting wasn't great. The face, I thought it was like a mask. I'm like, oh, he's going to take his mask off. He's going to be in the mask never came off.
No, it don't look like a mask to me.
It looked, in the beginning, like if you see it like in HD, you know,
Right.
there's like a low quality version. And when you see it like in 4K,
Yeah.
it really just doesn't look real. It's kind of crazy. But
listen, man, when you got money to just do all kind of weird shit if you want to, you know what I mean? Somebody could talk you into some shit, sell you some shit, and now... Listen, man, you got a movie coming up with Adam Sandler. You want to look your best, man. I'm telling you should get some Botox. You know, you think so? You know, and then here we are.
Yeah.
Shit happens.
Speaking of acting, Ari Spears went in on Ice Cube on my show.
Did he?
He basically said that he doesn't like Ice Cube as a rapper or an actor. He said he doesn't like any Ice Cube songs.
What?
Now keep in mind, I'm disagreeing.
Okay.
Right? I'm disagreeing. Ice Cube's actually one of my favorite rappers.
Right.
You know, definitely top 10. Top 10 rapper to me. So I'm disagreeing with all this. And he was saying on the acting side, he pretty much just plays the same role every time. You don't like anything Ice Cube's done?
Nothing.
Really?
Ice Cube does nothing for me as a rapper and an actor.
Okay.
Nothing.
Ice Cube doing Anaconda.
I don't remember what I did with that.
You did a whole routine.
And I ain't getting in that lake. There's snakes in there. That's him in every fucking movie. No depth, no range.
And Ice Cube responded, called him a sucker. He goes, yeah, suckers don't usually like me. I wouldn't put him in my top comedians. And then he said, well, I never even heard about it. I don't even know his stuff.
Suckers usually don't like me. You know what I'm saying? Like the people that they usually don't like me when they coming from that angle. That's cool though. Everybody got their opinion and they all stink. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, it's cool. He entitled to his opinion. It's the feeling is mutual. I don't think he on anybody's list of top 10 comedians, you know what I mean, in the black community for sure. I don't even know if he's on the register.
So, Aries responded and was like, why am I a sucker? Because I'm just giving my opinion. And, if you've never seen my stuff, but you don't like my stuff, which one is it? You don't like my stuff, It's one of those things where, I understand kind of both sides. At the end of the day, Aries is a comedian and an actor, right? He's been in multiple movies. He was on Mad TV. He was on a regular TV show. Me personally, I like Ice Cube as an actor. I wouldn't put him as a top actor because I think he plays sort of himself every time. But he plays himself well.
Listen, a lot of top actors do that. Fucking Nicolas Cage. He always plays.
That's true, yeah. He's always Nicolas Cage.
His fucking self. There's a lot of top actors.
Keanu Reeves.
He's
Keanu in every movie.
It's all the vehicle that they're in, and Ice Cube is always smart enough to write or, you know what I mean, produce some shit that is impactful in popular black culture. I fuck with Ice Cube all day. He came on my show.
Oh yeah, he did. Yeah, I remember.
And I gotta strongly disagree with Aries as far as that. But yes, but I do feel like the acting. He does what he needs to do. He does he gets the job done.
Yeah,
you see what I'm saying?
He was great in Friday.
He was great in all of those movies.
He was great in All About the Benjamins,
Barbershop.
Yeah,
all of them joints is he does what needs to be done in the role. He's not playing Othello or any of the. You understand what I'm saying? Like he's playing roles that are perfect for him. That's all I could say. And so I think, as far as that's concerned, he does a great job every time. I don't never go away feeling like, Ice Cube could have done better. Because there's a lot of rappers, I'm not going to say no name, but not even just rappers, but a lot of people that I look at their performance and I'm like,
Okay.
You know?
Now you've done acting yourself. You were in Oz. You were in Sopranos.
Law and Order. I was in a whole bunch of shit.
Stuff, right? The Tracy Morgan Show. Top 5 rappers turn actors.
Top 5 rappers turn actors. I guess people would say
in no particular order. You don't have to go 1 through 5. Just 5 people that are in that category.
Tupac. Most Def.
Most Def. Okay. All right. He hasn't done a movie in a while, but okay. Yeah, I remember.
But
he was good. Yeah.
Yeah. Queen Latifah.
Okay. That's 3. You're missing a big one.
Will Smith.
There you go. I'm like, you're missing a big one. Because Aries
he
also
likes pretty girls. But anyway.
By the way, Aries also said Common's acting ability is Common. I'm not a huge fan of Common's acting. I'll be honest. Once again, always plays a very similar role. Ultimately himself. Not a huge fan. I like him as a person. I like, his music. Not a big fan of the acting. But I'm happy he's getting acting roles.
Absolutely. I'm
happy. Just as a person, interacting with him, doing interviews with him, I'm happy he's getting acting roles. Not a huge fan.
Big acting roles.
But yeah,
this motherfucker's in.
Yeah, he got some big joints.
The John Wick shit and all
that
crazy
exactly.
shit.
No, exactly. Very happy for him. Very happy for him. Just not my thing.
I can.
You agree?
I can concur.
There you go.
I can concur.
You got one more.
I got one more. Rapper turned actor.
Shall I name some? Shall I name some for you?
No. Hang on a second. Let me see if I could come up with this last one.
Because there are some big ones you're not mentioning.
Really?
Yes.
All right, go ahead.
LL Cool J.
Oh, shit. Yeah.
Ice-T.
Okay.
50 Cent has had a run.
Definitely.
Ludacris.
Yeah.
DMX has had some big roles.
Yes, he has.
Method Man. You technically could say Mark Wahlberg. Marky Mark was a rapper.
Yeah, if you said Mark, yeah. I mean, shit. Then I might fuck around and put him as 5.
Eve has done some acting.
Yes, she did well on her show.
I'm going to take Mark Wahlberg out because I'm only going to leave in actors who've had significant hip hop careers.
Let me put Method Man on my list.
Okay.
I'll put Meth on that.
Yeah, he's actually in the new movie with my man Michael Jai White, Trouble Man.
I've done stuff with Meth. Matter of fact, we were on Oz together.
Okay.
But I've seen Meth just get progressively better, and now he's to the point where he's, again, doing something impactful in pop culture, and his role on Power as the lawyer is just, everybody loves it. He's doing a brilliant job.
He's also on, Godfather Harlem?
Oh, yeah. See, I got to get to, I got to watch the
I believe
new
he was
shits.
on that, yeah.
I got to watch the new shits. Matter of fact, thank you. That's the shit I need to when I go home.
So it could be done. I mean, you've had very successful rappers that have transitioned to acting. The thing is, though, I feel like the only one that really is Oscar-worthy, which I believe even has Oscars, is Will Smith.
Well, he's the one that they give the best vehicles to. You see what I'm saying? He's the one that they've invested the most time and money in. So he's going to get those Oscar-worthy shit. That shit that Mos Def did where he was like the doctor or some shit like that.
Mm-hmm. The CTE movie.
That was worthy of something. I feel like that was like worthy of some sort of award. I don't know. I think it was an HBO thing. So yeah, maybe he could have got an Emmy or something for that.
No, that was
I thought it was an HBO.
No, it was a movie.
Was it?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I thought it was an HBO movie. But
no.
Listen, that was a that was a performance that I feel was worthy of something.
Concussion.
That was the name of it?
Concussion.
Okay.
Yeah, it was a actual theatrical release.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that shit was dope, and I feel like, but you got to play the game, man. You know what I mean? And I feel like Will Smith played the game with the 6 degrees of separation, and this is the reason why, he was put in place. When they said, "Oh, you with the shits? You with the shits? Are you ready to play a character that's openly gay?" And he said, "Yeah, I am." And they said, "Oh, okay, that's what we like. That's what we like. He's with the shits. All right, we're gonna make you a fucking star. That's it. Say less."
He's also good at what he does.
He is good what he does.
Yeah, we're not going to take that away from him.
I'm not taking that away from him.
I've heard some weird shit that he does in his private life, but
I'm
on
just
screen,
saying,
he did his thing. He's done his thing consistently on many movies.
Where he had to do the 6 degrees of separation. Like, he did his thing as an actor in that movie, but that was one of the first early movies when it was like, whoa, like, is this two dudes kissing right now? Like, what the fuck? Like, Will Smith? Like, come on, man. Like, yeah, but I feel like they make you do certain things in order for you to go to that next level. And so that was his little initiation right there. And everybody knows that. I'm not. You know what I mean? It's not the first time we're hearing this shit.
Well, last time we talked about the whole flat earth thing. And you still maintain the earth is flat.
Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it. So, I saw some stuff on the internet that I thought was a little bit funny, right? When it comes to your stance, when it comes to this, right? You gotta admit, the internet's a funny place.
Mm-hmm.
Now, one of the terms that you coined, like for example, is white people are a guest in the house of hip hop, right? You said it's about Eminem to the point where Eminem had to respond, right?
Mm-hmm.
People asked if you're a guest in the house of science.
If I may be a guest in the house of scientism, because scientism is a religion that people practice. See, there's science, there's real science, something that's observable and repeatable and can be done, over and over again and get the same results. Then there's scientism, where certain things are told to you and you just have to take their word for it. For example, saying that, outer space has, what did they say? Not just weightlessness, but they say, they talk about the vacuum of space.
The lack of gravity.
Right. There's just a vacuum, though. They say the vacuum and vastness of space. And because of that...
there's no oxygen, there's no air.
Right. So they say, and because of that, light acts differently than it does here on Earth. Heat acts differently as it does here on Earth. That's scientism. That's not something that you and I can test for ourselves. That's something that we have to believe what's being told to us. And the last time I talked to you, you said, "I'm not a scientist."
I said that.
And I said, "Yes, you are. We're all scientists." First of all, let me just say, do I seem like a weirdo to you, Vlad?
No.
Like, as long as you've known me, do I seem like an intelligent person to you?
Yes.
Okay. So,
but I disagree with you on certain points.
Hang on a second.
Yes.
Hang on a second. So, first of all, I got into this trying to disprove it. I thought it was fucking ridiculous. Years ago, you asked me this. You asked me about Flat Earth on this show. And I was like, that's some bullshit, blah, 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 blah.
Oh, you said that?
Yes.
I gotta look it up. Okay.
Look it up.
Yeah.
I was like, that's ridiculous. I can't believe anybody's even questioning it. So when it was brought to me, I was like, I'm going to get into this to just disprove this nonsense and be on my way. But the more you really look into it, instead of just going with the ha-ha shit online and the funny, you're a guest in the House of Science. You know, once you really start looking into it and you start seeing certain things for yourself and not just taking in what the, you know, with this Rockefeller school system, Carnegie Mellon shit that's been rammed down our throat since these people came into power here in America and shit that has flourished around the world. All I can say is this. They say the earth is moving at 1,000 miles per hour.
Is that what they say?
Yeah.
Oh, you mean around the sun?
That the earth is spinning at 1,000 miles per hour, right? Just answer yes or no. Do you feel like you're spinning?
Yes, Earth's rotation speed at the equator is approximately 1,000 miles per hour.
Do you feel like you're moving? Yes or no?
No, but I also don't.
No, you see?
But I also don't feel like I'm moving when I'm on a plane or a car.
Sure you do.
No, I don't.
Come on, stop it, Vlad.
No, I don't.
You know that you're moving. When you're in a car and a plane, you feel turbulence, you feel bumps.
If there's turbulence,
you know
and bumps.
that you're
but
going
if it's smooth,
forward.
You don't know. I don't feel like.
And here's the difference. Here's the difference, right? In a car and in a plane, you are inside of something, right? They are claiming that we are on a ball on the outside of a spinning ball.
Yes.
Held only by a mysterious force called gravity.
Okay, so.
Again, hang on.
Okay.
A scientism term which, when you remove it, everything else falls apart.
Okay, so take a bucket of water and swing it in a circle over your head.
That's called centrifugal force.
The water does not fall off.
Hang on.
When it's
inside
over your head.
the bucket, though, Vlad. Do you not understand? It's not on the outside of the bucket.
Would you be willing? Okay, would you be willing? Let me just say this, right? And this is not what Godfrey did on his show. Would you be willing to sit down and have a actual professional, cool discussion with a scientist?
Why not do it with you?
Because I want to.
We're doing it right now.
A respectful. Can I bring a respectful conversation with someone who knows this better than me?
But see, no. Here's the thing, right?
So you're not willing to do it?
No. Listen, I'm not saying that right now. What I'm saying is, there's certain things that we're not going to get caught up on, right? Like, you know about podcasting, right? You know about filming and recording and shit, right?
Right.
Do you know how the circuitry of that mic works?
Not at all.
Oh, so you don't even know about the very thing that you're talking into and all this type of shit. You see what I'm saying? Do you know the definition of, some shit that's inside your camera? Like, this is where they try to trip you up on. And that's the shit that they try to hit me with when I was on Godfrey's show. We never had a debate. It was all about seeing if I knew certain technical terms that he already studied ahead of time. And that guy is not a professor, first of all, and he'll let you know he's not a real professor. He's just somebody who talks to so-called scientists and then regurgitates it back to other people.
So what if I bring an actual professor in? What if I bring in a black science professor of science of some sort?
Then I might bring my black guy with me too. But
okay,
here's
that's
the
fine.
thing.
We can all bring our black guy with us.
Here's the
thing. You bring your black guy, I'll bring my black guy.
Shout out to my man, Brother Sanchez.
Okay. Well, listen, we could do that. We could do that.
Here's the thing. You have people, those are people that are like deacons in that religion. I'm not a deacon in the flat earth movement. I don't really give a fuck if you believe it's round or flat or not. I'm just telling you that common sense, okay? If you really look, you look up and you see the sun in the east You look at it move across the sky. You don't feel yourself moving. You're seeing it move across the sky. You see the moon have a pattern that's very similar to how the fucking sun moves. You see this every night with your own eyes, but like a sucker, right? Like a broad, right? Who a dude says to them, don't believe your lying eyes. I know what you see, but that's not what you saw. I know you thought you saw me with that broad, but that's not what you saw. Let me tell you what you saw. So, and that's what's going on here.
So you feel you're being punked?
Oh, you're definitely being punked. If you believe, first of all, if you believe that water can stick to the outside of a ball, see, this whole thing about a bucket is the wrong shit because, again, water is inside the bucket. Centrifugal force will keep it inside the bucket. Okay. When you say that water is on the outside of a ball, when you put a tennis ball, you soak it with water. Get a picture right now of a spinning tennis ball soaked in water. You'll see all the water move to what would be the equator of the ball and then shoot out in all directions off of the ball. And there's plenty of pictures like that on the internet right now.
Okay, so according to, the AI overview of this question, why water sticks to the earth, the Earth's gravity, along with the properties of water itself, primarily keeps water from leaving the planet. Gravity pulls everything towards the Earth's center, including water, preventing it from simply floating away into space. Additionally, the attraction between water molecules, cohesion, and the attraction of water to other surfaces, adhesion, helps keep water in place. The Earth's atmosphere also plays a role, with the lower atmosphere's temperature and density preventing water vapor from escaping.
Sounds good. But that's not what the fuck we see. Let me ask you something.
Yeah, and the most significant factor is Earth's gravity.
Does water always find its level? Does water always find its level, yes or no? Huh?
It does. Yes, it does.
Yes, it does. Okay. Is the Earth supposed to be covered 75% of water?
Yes, it does.
Okay. Case closed. Water doesn't find its curve. It's called a horizon because it's horizontal. You see, the function is in the word. Sea level, it's because it's level. Okay. An airplane, a plane is a straight line. So an airplane is flying straight across. It is not dipping its nose to account for the curvature of the Earth. It's bullshit. And let me tell you another thing. You can go around the Earth east to west, west to east, but you never see flight paths that go north to south and come back around.
Well, because
show me one of those.
Going through the North Pole, the South Pole,
no,
probably pretty dicey.
There you go. Okay. There you can. Now you're making up fucking excuses
a little
for
bit,
them.
Yeah, a little bit. Well, I will say this though before I leave the topic. One of the funniest comments I've seen when it refers to you is "Peace to the gods and flat Earths."
Ha 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 ha.
I thought it was kind of funny.
Ha ha ha.
You don't find it funny, I assume. Well, since our last interview, and our last interview was the first interview in 5 years, there was a whole bunch of online backlash, which honestly, I mean this honestly, kind of surprised me. Because when I did the Farrakhan apology on Willie D's platform, I didn't really see any backlash to Willie D. I just didn't see it. But whereas when you came back to Vlad TV, it was a whole thing to the point where you even responded. Now, the one thing that I didn't really think about was before you came back, you made a video, after you and Godfrey had your thing that, Godfrey is going to come back to Vlad TV. And then you came back to Vlad TV instead.
Right.
Whereas Godfrey, and Godfrey, please stop saying, I'm never coming back to Vlad TV. You're not invited. This is not a community college. You've never been invited. You've never been invited back. Stop saying, I'm not coming back. You're not welcome here. So stop it. Stop it. You were invited back because we had a conversation. For everyone, I'm not coming back. You're not invited. So cut it out. Cut it out. Okay? You can't just walk in here. Anywho. But you even addressed that the timing of it was the reason why some people kind of were upset.
Yeah. And I understand that.
Yeah.
And that's okay.
Now, I almost felt a little bit bad for the backlash that you were getting because from my point of view, it seemed fairly simple. You left because of my stance and what I said about Farrakhan. I went back and very clearly apologized for my statements. I didn't dance around the subject. I said I was wrong. I apologize. I said no one made me do it. It's not there. When I did it, me and you were not talking. I didn't say, oh, I'm going to apologize, then Jamar will come back. That was not even a thought. That wasn't even a thought. You called me. We had a conversation. We didn't talk about you coming back. I thought about it. I'm like, hey, what do you think? And then that happened. I didn't do it for any other reason than because I felt I was wrong and I was waiting for a time where I felt it was time for me to actually put that out there. So you left because there was a lack of apology. An apology happened. You came back. What's the problem? But people seem to have a problem.
Because the optics of it is you're the white guy and he's the black dude, and I should automatically side with the black dude. Like I should just, you know what I mean? Me and Godfrey should just keep it 100 because this and that. But, you know, if I'm gonna be 1,000% real, like you and I were more of real friends than me and Godfrey ever were.
And you and I are more friends than me and Godfrey ever were.
Like
I introduced you to Godfrey.
This is what I'm saying.
Am I right?
Yes, you
Who
did.
introduced you to Godfrey?
You introduced me to Godfrey.
Yeah.
You put us together on
I put you guys together, yeah.
And I thought he was cool. And I'm like, yo, maybe, you know, something can work with this.
Right.
But me and Godfrey was never friends like that. Like he, you know, he don't call me and ask me for advice or no shit. Or
which is what I have always done.
Like, come on, man.
Me and you
like,
just had a long talk. Me and you actually talk off camera more than on camera.
I don't know. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. I don't know nothing about his family. Like you see me, like Digga. Like I've been to her wedding. I've been on the phone with her mom's type of shit. Like turns out her aunt and my aunt used to hang out together. Like me and Digga is really friends. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But, you know, he was like a high level acquaintance. You understand what I'm saying? Like an acquaintance that, you know, we was doing some shit here and there, but I couldn't really include him as one of my friends. Like, Vlad was one of my friends. Like, you know what I mean?
Right.
And y'all could be like, oh, shit, you know, you had a white guy as a friend? Yes.
The horror.
Yes, the God the God had a white man as a friend, okay? And, yeah, like, so at the end of the day, yeah, once you did that, see, all the people that ended up making those videos, though, these are people that would love to be here right now. They would love to be sitting in this shit, but the same way you're saying to Godfrey that he's not invited, they're not invited either.
There was a couple of people that are like, oh, yeah, fuck, blah, 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 but have me on your show so I can say it to you. Man, fuck out of here.
So,
you're not invited.
So
even if you've been on the show before, you're not invited.
Like they think if they could pull me down, that it's going to give them the sauce. Like certain people just have the sauce. Like you can attack me all you want. It's not gonna take away from what I have, and then it's gonna transfer to you, and now you could be the new Lord Jamar. Like there's a lot of motherfuckers that have tried that and it just doesn't work. Like, you know what I mean? Like, because certain things have to come together, you know what I mean? For, you know what I mean?
Right.
To be me. And yeah, so it is what it is. So these people didn't even really fuck with me like that anyway. Anybody that was really fucking with me is still fucking with me right now.
There you have it. The numbers prove themselves.
And
yeah.
Let
and
me just say,
all my real fans, like, it's interesting, right? Sorry to interrupt you, right? Mm-hmm. But I said this to you, right?
Yep.
I did a poll. I did 2 polls. So on Vlad TV, in the forum section of the Vlad TV YouTube channel, I there's a member section, the people who pay $5 a month and get the videos early. So those are kind of like the more hardcore fans.
Yep.
And then there's the subscribers who, subscribe, but they're more like every so often fans.
Passive
right?
fans.
Passive fans. I did a poll, are you happy that Jamar is back on Vlad TV?
Almost a mirror image.
It's a mirror image.
Right.
In the member section, 70% said yes, 30% said no. In the regular subscriber section, 70% said no, 30% said yes. So I'm like, it's interesting, right? It's interesting. You can see where the real fans, and my thing is, the real fans are more important to me. The people who spend money, not because they spend money, but just for the sake of this. If you're spending money, that means you're financially invested. You really want to see the videos early. You rock with whatever I'm doing. They're happy that you're back, so I'm happy that you're back.
And see, it's funny because for every comment that I was getting, oh, you're a sellout, there's a bunch of people that's like, oh, the GOAT is back. Oh, we're so fucking happy.
Right.
And
You're my first regular guest on Vlad TV. The concept of a regular guest started with Lord Jamar.
Interesting.
It's true. It's true. Well, maybe Charlemagne. Maybe Charlemagne first, because that might be Charlemagne. But yeah.
Well, anyway, just
you were one of the first. Yeah. You were one of the first. I'm happy to have you back. And as you can see, Jamar is back. When I hit you, there was no hesitation. Yeah, let's do it. There was, I don't know, backlash, blah, blah, blah. None of that.
Because, first of all, let me just say that the internet is not even a real place. Like when all of that was going on, right? We ended up doing a show in Brooklyn for Ralph McDaniels, some shit that he was having.
Mm-hmm.
And you would have thought that when I got on the stage, based on what the internet was saying, that it would have been boo. Yeah. Oh, get him on the stage. That I wouldn't have been able to do what I always do as far as controlling the crowd and get them to say what. We destroyed it.
Yeah.
Like, we destroyed it. Nothing was the same. I seen, I don't even want to make this nigga famous or whatever, but I seen a bullshit motherfucker who was acting like he had a problem with me online, all this shit, and when he see me and as soon as he see me, yo, we need to build. Like, I'm ready to build an ass whooping from scratch on your fucking ass right now, but this is not the time or place. I'm not gonna fuck up Ralph McDaniels shit. But it's just so funny, like, the internet's not a real place, man.
Yeah, I mean,
it's not. Like, motherfuckers act all one way on the internet, and then in the real life,
Godfrey.
The same motherfuckers talking shit want to take a picture with you when they see you.
Godfrey spent
and
years.
they'll try the selfie.
Godfrey, yo, Vlad needs to be canceled. He's talking about my family. You good cancel these culture vultures, blah, blah, blah. The first thing, as soon as he sees me, he puts his hand out to shake my hand. That's the first, before I said anything. And I'm shaking his hand. I'm going, yo, we need to talk. Now, and I'm holding his hand as I'm talking. He's like, oh, yeah, okay, yeah, okay. And he runs off. And then I remember he did a show recently where they're talking about this whole thing. And he's like, oh, yeah, I don't have no problem with Vlad. And someone said, oh, didn't Vlad text you? Did he text me? Wait, I'm not sure. I think, maybe, I'm not. Like, didn't you change your number? Oh, yeah, I think I changed my number. Like, motherfucker, I texted you. We have a person in common that knows both of us. I got your number. I texted you. You want to pretend like, and listen, you don't have to talk to me, but don't be one way on the internet and then another way when you see me and then try to like dance around the topic because you can't stand for what you're saying. Recently, someone sent me this, that he did a video, he ran into Vibes Cartel, and Vibes Cartel mentions Vlad TV. And he's like, oh, yeah, Vlad TV, like, because Vibes Cartel knows you from Vlad TV. Because he was in jail on his phone,
right,
watching you on Vlad TV. That's how Vibes Cartel knows who you are. Because of what I've done. And because of what you've done as well. Just keep it 100. And you're not invited back. So stop saying it. Stop it. I'm tired of hearing this. Yeah, he's not coming back. Not invited. Okay? You're not invited. Well, speaking of the 5% Nation, what do you know about God, Crack, Kim, Great God Allah? You know what I'm talking about right now, right? You know who I'm talking about.
Yeah, I know. And what's funny is, I was really waiting to see if any other like prominent 5%ers would come out and talk about this and really like address it and but it really seems like people are scared.
Is that what it is?
I don't know. Is it? Because the way people talk about it, it's like the gods I know back in the days would have never stood for that.
We're talking about Fat Joe, by the way. Fat Joe claimed that he's from a project called Godsville.
Forest, but that was a nickname for it called Godsville.
Right.
Because a lot of 5%ers and all
right.
that.
He says
so. Now that's true.
So
that's
also,
true.
it was like the Mecca of the 5%ers. He said, I was God, Crack Kim, Great God Allah. And there you go.
Right. Now, let me just say, no self-respecting 5%er, God, Earth, is going to allow someone to incorporate negative with positive in their attribute/name like that.
So since crack is negative, it would not be a 5% name? You're right. I haven't heard any names that has
that's like
crack or killer.
Heroin got a law. Like cocaine got like that shit.
Supreme.
It's some shit. Like if you rolled up to a cipher and peace God, my name is Cocaine God of Law. You would have received what is called a universal beatdown.
Okay.
You would have got what is called justice. Justice is one's reward or penalty for one's ways and actions. It can be something positive, or it could be something negative. You would have got justice for that. And it wouldn't have just been one person. Like all the gods would have been whooping on your ass for running up saying some crazy shit like that.
Well, but here's the thing though. According to Fat Joe, he robbed, as a teenager, 70 people. He
75.
robbed a whole auditorium of people.
And made them...
Without a weapon, he robbed so many people that some of them would carry the things that he robbed. Nobody ran. I mean, 70 people.
Listen, I truly believe that Fat Joe he knows that they calling him Cap Joe. He knows that.
Oh, he's Cap Joe?
Everybody calls him Cap Joe.
Listen, I remember when I interviewed him. We're going to play a little clip of this. In our interview, our last interview, it's been years ago. Like I heard that Joe doesn't like me these days, whatever, right? But when we did our interview back when we were cool, he said that him and Biggie had a joint album that never came out.
Yeah, I talk to Biggie almost every day.
Really?
Yeah, on the phone.
You guys never recorded together, though?
We did, but it never came out. And
oh, really?
Yeah, we did record. We was doing an album.
Was the song ever leaked or anything?
No, we did like 4 songs, but...
You did 4 songs with Biggie that no one's ever heard?
Never.
What the fuck?
I don't think you'll ever hear it.
Who's the producer?
If you do, you'll get upset.
Who's the producer?
It's Puff Daddy.
Okay, never mind.
So whatever, yeah. So I was going to sign the...
I talked to everyone I knew that was actually with Biggie during this era. That really was with him the whole time. Everyone said this just never happened. In fact, if it did, we would have heard this music, right? Like Biggie had so few lyrics to begin with that everyone's trying to get any sort of piece of them. There's a whole album that never got released. Joe, I'm sorry. Like I've talked to people, they all said it's just not true. And this was years ago.
So I feel like he knows that the internet, the streets, whatever, call him Cap Joe. So now I feel like he's just coming up with the biggest whoppers in order to go viral, like because he's going viral.
It's working
every other day.
Salute to Fat Joe. Like mission accomplished.
No, but hold up, no, because you can't cross certain lines, like the crack him, great God Allah. that was crossing a line right there. That's not cool. That's not cool to even insinuate that 5%ers would have accepted you in amongst us with that name is crazy. Like, that's just crazy, and it's just crossing a certain line that doesn't need to be crossed. But at the same time, you know, I'm gonna have to blame us, you know, and I'm gonna say the 5%ers for not being as strong as we used to be, because if we was how we used to have it, a motherfucker wouldn't even think of saying no shit like that. You understand what I'm saying? But I feel like now he's like, ain't nothing gonna happen to you. You know what I mean? The gods ain't moving like that, like how they used to. So that's on us, and we got to get our, you know what I mean? We have to get our shit back right. But I say that to say, and I remember when Fat Joe used to wear a kufi, not a crown, but Fat Joe used to wear a kufi back in the days. There used to be this spot called Quando's, and on the Lower East Side, and they used to do like hip hop shit up in there. This lady Amanda Shear, she was the promoter, and it was one of those, you know, this is like 89, 90. And that's the first time I seen Fat Joe, and he used to come around, he used to have the army fatigues on with a kufi. You know what I mean?
I think I've seen these pictures.
But he didn't introduce himself as no crack him, God Allah, no, he was still Fat Joe. You know what I mean? So all I'm saying is, yeah, I didn't think that was cool, but he's definitely coming up with mad whoppers in order to promote the shit with him and Jada. Yeah. And Jada to me is hilarious. Because Jada just be laughing like he knows he's lying. like he's like, yo, not another one. Like when he said crack him, great God Allah, Jada said, yo, 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 yo. Me and my brother kept saying that. We was like, yo, 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 yo. Like, yo, that shit was hilarious. And he just keep doing it. Like, he'll say some shit like, nah, come on, man. Like, he's always just, I guess he's doing what he got to do, man, to get his show popping. But I just didn't appreciate that. But then the internet started interneting. And then did you see when they had him like with the kufi on, and he had on you know, the universal flag, and they got him standing next to Farrakhan and all kind of crazy
I didn't
shit.
see that.
Oh yeah, they started getting him. They started getting him.
Started getting busy.
So yeah, that shit will backfire on you sometimes. The internet starts interneting.
Has there ever been a white 5%er?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Like straight white, not mixed?
Yeah, straight white. Fucking Azriel, the father of Allah, taught a dude named Azriel.
Azriel. Mm-hmm. Straight white guy.
Straight white guy.
So if I want to be a 5%er, I could do it.
Yeah, you could.
Okay. Good. All right, I'll
but
think
you
about
can't
it.
just, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
We got to make sure that you're.
Yeah. No, I wouldn't play around with it. That's the thing. I wouldn't do it just
we know
just to go viral.
We don't let original people play around with it. So
right.
we're definitely not letting
I'm
nobody
just
else play around.
I'm just asking.
Yeah.
Not that I'm intending to do it. I'm just asking how it works.
we you know, the 5%ers are pro-righteousness, anti-devilishment.
Okay.
So that's another thing. That's what I'm saying. Crack is part of devilishment. How are you going to have some sort of devilishment in your righteous name? You see what I'm saying? Nobody would have went for that. That's nobody. And I don't care how tough you was and all this type of shit. Trust me, there was gods that was way tougher, and it was not going to allow you to be running around calling yourself Crack Kim. It's just not going to happen.
You and Crazy Legs were supposed to box at one point. What happened with that?
I don't know. Seemed like the negotiating, nobody ever really came with the bread. Like, you know what I mean?
Right, because he made a video saying it was supposed to be on, but you didn't want to promote it.
He's a fucking lie. First of all, he said I didn't want to promote it because nobody came with no bread. He was so anxious to do the shit that he wanted to start promoting it like
before
pro bono type of shit.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
And I'm like, let me show you how to do this, son. Like, you know what I mean? I'm trying to get him bread. Like, shut your mouth and stop being so thirsty, and let's make this shit happen. But we gotta get the bread. I'm not doing this shit for charity and all this stupid shit he was talking about. Like, we'll give it to hip hop education. You're lying about hip hop education. That's why you want to fight in the first place. He wants to fight because he's mad because I challenged him to an intellectual debate about hip hop, and not only him, but he was one of the people that I challenged to show and prove that Puerto Ricans helped create hip hop. Not that they weren't the early participators. When it talked about the creation of hip hop, he want to start lying. And I challenged him on it, and now he's mad. And so instead of, coming with some sort of facts, I want to box him and all this stupid shit. Like, first of all, you don't want to box me. Second of all, you need to fight your fucking demons, because don't you have, like, SA allegations against you, sir? Like,
I don't know anything about that.
Oh, yeah. Look it up.
I don't know anything about that. But you know something? But when I saw it and I looked at it, I said, okay, Crazy Legs is 59. You're 56.
Right.
I don't think this is a good idea.
Hey.
I'm not saying that y'all can't fight or whatever else. It's just like, you guys are at a point that you shouldn't be fighting anymore. Like, you saw Mike Tyson, who was considered the greatest ever, have a very poor performance at a similar age.
Right. Even though I feel like, I don't know. He looked like he threw that. But anyway.
Well, he stumbled on his way into the ring. Like, he did not look great in that ring. So if Mike Tyson cannot look great, and he's, has access to the greatest trainers on earth, right? And he has one of the greatest boxing careers of all time, we shouldn't be getting in the ring. Because people are like, Charleston White wants to box you. I'm like, I'm not going to box no damn Charleston White.
Listen.
Who does, okay, hold on. Someone said, would you box? Oh man, who said this? Was it Eskino? Oh yeah, I think Eskino said, would you box Dame Dash for $10 million? I said, of course I'd box him for $10 million, but no one's offering us $10 million.
Right.
So this is just a make-believe number.
Right.
Would I box him for $100,000? No.
Right.
Would I box him for $200,000? No. Would I box him for $1 million? Probably not. Probably not. But then again, once again, these are make-believe numbers. No one's going to offer me and Dame Dash $1 million to box. We are not that big to draw a large crowd of people to watch us and do a pay-per-view or whatever else. They're going to offer some bullshit. I'm not going to do it.
In the first place.
I still think it's stupid.
But then when these celebrity boxing people hit me up and acting like they was going to have some bread and all this type of shit, and you know what I mean? And it was like, okay, well, fuck it. If y'all want to do that, then I'm with the shits. You know what I mean?
Like, how much was it going to be for you to do it?
That's what I'm saying. We never nailed it down. You know what I mean?
Was there a range?
We're starting at like 50.
Okay.
Started at 50.
So you would do it for 50?
Fuck yeah.
Okay. All right. I wouldn't do it for 50.
Yeah, I would.
Yeah. Me and you are different.
Crazy Legs? Hell yeah.
I wouldn't do it for 50.
Lazy Legs is what I like to call them. But yeah, now he's saying, Jamar. No, just the thing just broke down because I think they wanted Hocus and Cuban Links to fight, but then Hocus got a charge and all of this crazy shit, and I don't know. The shit, it seems like negotiations just broke down, and I'm like, all right, good. I'm still in shape, though. I'm still in shape.
Well, speaking of boxing, Canelo versus Terrence Crawford. That's coming up.
Yes.
Who you got your money on?
Crawford.
What's interesting, according to betonline.ag, they have odds on boxing. Canelo's favored minus 180, meaning that if you have to bet $180 to make $100. Almost 2-to-1 odds. Meaning that he's almost twice as favored as Crawford. So why do you think Crawford's going to win?
Because he's black.
Go with the black guy.
Of course. Yeah. Well, you know, Crawford is a very skilled. Listen, they're both skilled fighters.
Yeah.
But I'm dead ass gonna just in that type of situation. Yeah, I'm going with the black dude. I'm going with the black American dude. You know what I mean? Win, lose, or draw. But no, I think Crawford. He got what it takes, man. If he fights a technical fight and don't try to slug it out with a Canelo, because Canelo is just a naturally just big, strong dude,
stocky.
But if he hit and move and do that finesse black shit that we do, he definitely could whoop his ass.
Well, Canelo has a record of 63 wins, 2 losses, and 2 draws. Mayweather was one of those losses. But that was very early in his career. Very early.
But
Crawford, on the other hand, is 41-0. 31 wins by knockout.
I'm telling you, don't front it. I mean, he got more fights than Crawford, but Crawford. Now, is Crawford coming up in weight? I think he's coming up in weight.
I believe so, yeah.
Okay.
He has to.
Right.
Canelo's just naturally bigger.
Right.
And that's part of the problem also.
That is part of the problem.
You have to go up in weight and the person's already that weight, you're going to have a few problems along the way.
I mean, you got to adjust to it, you know what I mean? But listen, that's what he's been training for, you know what I mean? I don't think he's going to go in there if he wasn't prepared. He got this. Crawford got this. But 180 just to make $100, god damn.
Yeah.
Can that change? It could change at any time.
It could. It probably changes every day to a certain degree. In
Yeah.
fact, hold on a second. I'll tell you the exact odds.
Because after this interview come out, the odds are going to change.
Oh, yeah, we're going to change
Like
the
Lord
odds.
Jamar said Crawford.
Right. So Crawford is the underdog at 139. Meaning if you bet $100 on Crawford, you'll get $139. See what I'm saying? So it's not exactly 1-to-1. It's not like he's plus 180, but he's definitely the underdog right now.
Okay. That's okay.
Crawford.
We've been the fucking underdog for longest in this fucking country. And you see, we fucking rise to the top every fucking time.
Well, right now, I don't know if you're familiar with the situation, but in Jacksonville, there's this guy named Queso who is charged with a murder. And his father has taken the stand against him.
This is, okay, I don't know everything around this, but I'm seeing something about a father taking a stand.
I'll break down the whole story. I was just on an academic show, and he kind of explained it to me. So the father was in the car, and the car got shot up. In the process of the car getting shot up, the father got hit, I think, in the arm. His son gets hit, I think, in the head, survives it, and I think his stepson ends up getting killed. Queso allegedly took it upon himself to kill the people who shot up the car, ended up killing one of the guys. The father then, Queso went to the father to tell him what happened. The father, got his clothes, burned his clothes, and tried to get a different car to basically try to help him escape. But ultimately, the father gets charged with an accessory to murder after the fact. So when faced with doing a bunch of years, now his father had a long criminal history as well, in and out of prison, so there's a long list of priors. He chose to take the stand against his son, and the justification is, well, I have other sons that I have to raise as well. Very dicey subject. It could go either way. What would you do? You have a son.
I just had this conversation with, a parent. See, in my scenario, it was different. It was like, your kid killed somebody by accident, maybe.
It's not an accident.
Right.
Yeah, it's not an accident. But it was in revenge for what happened to his father and his brother.
Right.
It had a righteous
and see here's the thing.
A righteous motive, but
so here's the part where I feel like in this case, Pops crossed the line when he started trying to get rid of evidence and all that type of shit.
Exactly.
Once he did that, then he was kind of you're down. You understand what I'm saying?
And his dad, I think, is facing a bunch of years to the point where his dad might die in prison because of all the priors. And listen, you're an accessory to a murder at this point.
And so when his dad talks, he's definitely gonna what?
He's already pointed out. He said
he's gonna get off though. I'm saying, what's he gonna get in?
I think in situations. Well, I don't know the exact details. Hold on. Let's look it up. Let's see if AI can help us here.
Because this motherfucker might be just thinking that he gonna get out earlier.
No, wait, hold on. Let me see. Hold on. He was not granted immunity, but he did receive a plea deal in exchange for testifying against his son. The plea deal significantly reduces potential sentence in connection with the murder case and a separate solicitation to commit murder case. Pleaded guilty to being accessory after the fact in the murder case, accessory in the soliciting murder case. Instead of a possible 60-year sentence, he faces a maximum of 20 years. He has already served a large portion of the sentence agreed upon the plea deal. 76 months could be released in less than a year, according to firstcoastnews.com. So he might get out soon because, you get leniency when you cooperate. You're not guaranteed it, but the judge will hear from the prosecutors. The prosecutors will say he was a key witness in basically convicting his son. We're going to ask you to give him a minimal
Do you
sentence.
think there's a possibility that his son said, go ahead, do that, Pops?
No. No. From what I understand, his son is
pissed.
Listen, I said this on an academic show, so I'm not going to change my story. I have a son. If my son killed somebody and I helped him try to fix it, but ultimately it failed, I'm not going to go and do 20 years over that. I'm going to have to say what actually happened. But I tried. I did my best. But ultimately, people have to deal with their consequences. The father never told his son to go do that. The son took it upon himself. Now, you could say, well, but the father was a street guy and his bad influences created this person and so forth and so forth. You could say that, but it seemed like his father sincerely tried to help him. But at what point do you say, I'm going to do 20 years for you? No, actually 60 years? I'm going to die in prison over something you did that I didn't ask you to do? I don't know, man.
Did he tell him not to do it?
I don't know. I'm not sure. This is a very messed up situation.
Yeah, I think
his dad was crying on the stand, I heard, when he had to
that's
point
not
him
a
out.
blanket thing. You know what I mean? I think it's so many details that would go into it. Yeah, but if I was, damn.
It's not an easy answer.
Yeah, it's not an easy
It's
answer.
very complicated, and you could say, no, I'm a street guy. I'll never cooperate. I'll do 1,000,000 years. Well, listen, you're in your 50s. You've been in and out of jail.
So, hang on. Let me ask this question. So, if he was not to tell on his son
could potentially beat that case. And that's the argument.
Ooh.
That's the argument. But then
I'm
he
like,
would
do
have
they got
to.
his,
But
do
he
they
would
got
have
his
to
son already dead to rights and it really don't matter? Or
Well, I mean, he pointed him out. He said, yeah, they showed a video of a guy wearing like certain clothing or whatever. And he said, yeah, that's him.
See, this is something that I'm
that's
talking
the tough
about
part.
too. Why is it that a husband and wife can have like immunity from?
Yeah, you're right.
But a father and son, that should be almost like the same shit if you ask me.
It should be
like
even
you should
more.
be compelled.
It should be
to
even
tell
more
against a
because
family member.
You could divorce your wife. That's
Right.
always your son.
Right.
Yeah.
Why? That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And this
You
is
could
my
divorce your
actual
wife,
blood.
and that is a nobody to you for the rest of your life. especially if y'all ain't got no kids. But your son is your son.
So why they give?
There's biological connections.
That's what I'm saying.
No, you're right. I think that's a stupid rule. Yeah.
Tell on your children, on your parents, on your brothers and sisters, like,
yeah,
y'all motherfuckers figure this shit out.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a sad thing. I don't think any dad, and me being a dad, I hope I never have to go through this. But listen, at the end of the day, if my kids want to go start shooting shit up, want to start acting like criminals, want to start being gangsters and so forth, I didn't raise them to be this shit. They grew up in mansions. You know, they went to nice schools. They had every video game system. They had designer clothes. Like, there's no reason. There's no excuse. There's no excuse. If you want to go and end up being a serial killer or something weird, you know, I'll help you, but I'm not going to go to jail for you. I'm not going to jail for you.
See, mine are past that age, so it's like, I feel like it would be an accident or some shit like that.
So your daughter is what, like
26.
26. Oh,
yeah,
after college, graduate.
Yeah.
Your son is 30 something?
32.
So neither kid has ever got in trouble with the law ever.
Oh no, my son has.
Oh, really?
But not like no shooting type of shit. You know what I mean?
So can you say what he got in trouble for?
Yeah, dumb shit like fighting and.
Okay, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, but
dumb
nothing
shit.
to the point where you get years in prison.
No, not years. But he's been to the island a couple times. You know.
You went to Rikers?
Yeah.
For fighting? Oh, damn.
Yeah, he's.
I almost went to Rikers one time on accident. I was locked up for a suspended license, and they put me on the line to the train to Rikers. And I'm like, what the hell did I do? And then a couple minutes, like, oh, wait, no, this guy shouldn't be here. What do I think? Oh, look how scared he is. I'm like, hell yeah, I'm scared. I don't want to go to Rikers. Have you been to Rikers?
No.
Yeah.
I haven't.
Exactly.
I haven't.
I'm not trying to go to Rikers.
I've been to the Tombs.
Yeah, I've been to
but
Tombs.
I ain't never been to
Rikers.
So yeah, I feel like I would be like, yo, you know, try to encourage him to do the right thing. Yo, you might need to turn yourself in, bro. You know what I mean? Like, because, you know, trying to be on the run or some crazy shit, like that ain't. How can you even really be on the run these days, if you think about it?
Well, I mean,
without having a lot of money.
Yeah, I mean, Chiali did it.
No, I said these days. He didn't do it now with
he wasn't doing
Cash
now.
App and PayPal and all these fucking cameras every fucking where.
I mean, what he explained to me was when he was on the run, well, first of all, he grew his hair out. He had like dreads and a beard, so the point you can't really recognize him. And he would rob drug dealers. He would set up drug deals, he'd rob the drug dealer, and then go live with a girl, never really, go outside very often, and just slowly spend his money and, and then go rob another drug dealer. He said it's a very shitty way to live.
He was already a hustler type of dude.
Yeah, he was already, yeah.
So what if you're not a hustler already?
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Like, and now you're thrust into a situation where, you got to figure this shit out. Like, you got to live off the land crazy, but you're not used to living off the land like that.
Yeah, now
what do you do?
Yeah, I don't aspire to that.
Like, not everybody has the capabilities to be on the run like that. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
And it takes money. That's what I'm saying. He had to rob drug dealers. Like, so he had to have a hammer to do that. So some motherfuckers don't even have that to start out with. Where do you get the hammer from? You see, there's a lot of struggles out here.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel you, man. Especially these days with all the cameras and everyone got a camera phone.
It's just different. Like your family might could have sent you money some kind of way. Now it's like, how they gonna send it? Cash App, PayPal.
Well, yeah.
Now they're gonna know where the fuck you at. Probably just from the minute you send the shit. Like, they're gonna track where your phone's at,
right.
All the type of shit.
Well, and then the thing with him is he just kept going back to New York. He started getting homesick. He started getting a little sloppy and kept going back.
Because
and then,
after a while,
yeah, and then
that's what happens.
then one day someone just said, "Hey, I know you guys are looking for this guy. He's on America's Most Wanted." It's like, hey, there's a reward. I don't remember the exact details of him getting caught, but he said, I just kept going back to New York. He said, in a way, I was just getting tired of living this way, and I just felt like.
And I'm just saying, in 2025, it would have been that much harder for a motherfucker to do that shit. Unless you got to go like off grid, for real, like no phone, damn near living in the woods type of shit.
The Unabomber.
Like living off the land, for real.
Yeah. The whole Jim Jones and Nas thing, where at one point I guess he claimed he had a bigger catalog than Nas or more relevant art than Nas. I forgot what it was. People were putting the side-by-side comparison. Look, I heard that Jim doesn't like me also. That's cool, but I think Jim actually pulled off a fairly impressive hip-hop career from someone that didn't start out as a rapper. He was just Cam's man. I think that you go to 2025, he still could do shows. People still care what he has to say. He's still doing interviews. He needs to do Vlad TV. I don't know what Jim's problem is with me exactly, but he needs to come do Vlad TV. Come on. But what did you think about that whole thing that happened?
I mean, you know, I think the internet be interneting, you know, a lot of times they'll straighten shit out. You know what I mean?
People just love Nas. That's what he said later on, because I didn't realize how
much
people just love Nas.
And they do. I mean, you know, he's in a certain echelon. He's in a certain place that, you know, is like sacred in certain people's minds. You know what I mean?
Nas.
Yeah, Nas. And yes, Jim has had an impressive hip-hop career to start out as basically a hype man. Like, he wasn't even really rhyming like that in the beginning and ended up coming with some shit. Yeah, but sometimes, you know, our cockiness or our, you know, our self-confidence sometimes gets ahead of ourselves, you know? And it's okay. It happens to the best of us, you know? I fuck with Nas and I fuck with Jim Jones. But yeah, I you know, if I have to pick, you know, of course I'm going with Nas.
I mean, I think everyone would go with Nas.
Right.
Because Nas has
too much classic
Yeah.
memories. Like, he had too many soundtracks in my life, like a few of his albums, not just, you know what I mean? Illmatic, like a few of them joints. Like, it was written and all that type. Like, them shits is just part of your hip-hop DNA type of shit. Like, back in the days when you would play an album all day, every day type of shit. Like, we live in a different time. And yeah, Jim is still making records right now, you know? But yeah, that's not going to change what Nas means to the game. You know what I mean? Like, Jim probably inspired a lot of people on some fashion shit.
Yeah.
You know, but Nas inspired people to actually rhyme. Like, you know what I mean? Like, people study the way Nas rhymes in order to try to teach themselves how to rhyme. And to me, that's more important in hip hop. You know what I mean? Like, if you're gonna be a hip hop aficionado, that type of influence is bigger than fashion. You know what I mean?
Well, Young Thug recently said, if you're a rapper and a rat, you just gotta go do gospel, twin.
You gotta go what?
Do gospel. Gospel music.
What's that mean?
Mean that don't do hip hop, go do gospel music.
Go rap for Jesus.
Go rap for Jesus. Yeah.
Who you think he's talking to? His boys?
Well, you know, I think that he's touching on people like Gunna, who seems like he feels that Gunna snitched on him.
Right.
Now, ultimately, he got a great plea deal, and Gunna didn't seem like he hurt his case, but Gunna did say, yes, YSL is a gang, and I see them engage in, you know, illegal activities and furtherance of the gang and so forth. But Gunna got even bigger afterwards. In fact, you could say that Gunna's bigger than Young Thug right now. Yeah, bigger songs. You know, the new Justin Bieber album. My favorite song on that album was with Gunna, actually. So.
Whoa, you out here listening to Justin Bieber albums?
It's a good album. No, really, it's a good album. No, listen, I'm not a Justin Bieber fan, but.
So what are you listening to his album for?
Because I want to listen to everything new that comes out, just so I can get it. You see what I'm saying? So I listened to his album. There's one song in particular with Gunna that song is on my playlist. It's just a dope song.
What's the name of it? See, you don't even.
I don't remember the name, but it's on my playlist.
Fucking know the name of the song.
The Way It Is. That's just the way it is. Yep. I didn't even look it up. I remembered it after you said it. So yeah, The Way It Is.
Sing it.
That's just the way it is. It goes like that. That's all you're getting out of it. Yeah, man. Listen, so I feel like, look, at the end of the day, hip-hop, before it really just got opened up to the whole world where anybody with a social media account could start dropping songs, and some of those songs could potentially react. You don't need labels, you don't need a push, you don't need stylists and PR people and so forth. It's open up to the whole world. And the reality is, when you look at the legal system, if you're out doing crimes, you're probably going to get caught at some point. And a lot of the people that get caught end up cooperating. That's just life. So having a whole bunch of rappers that are out that you find out are cooperating shouldn't be that much of a shock to you. Right?
No, it shouldn't. How about we just stop with all this fucking glorifying crime and the raps and all this type of shit? Like, that shit is nowhere. Like, y'all motherfuckers need to get a trade for real. Like, these plumbers and electricians is making bread out here, bro. And y'all got fed this bullshit thinking that, oh, you're bypassing the system and so. Go get a fucking trade, I'm telling you, man. Because all that time you do, and then you're gonna come out and fucking wish you fucking had it. You're gonna learn a trade maybe in jail or some shit like that. You know? Or you're gonna learn to cut hair or some shit like that. You know what I mean?
Right.
Where you could have been doing shit like that out here, been had a fucking barbershop and all kind of shit like that. But now you had to spend mad time in jail and to finally get it. Like, let's stop glorifying this shit. Like, yeah, we need rappers that glorify, you know what I mean? Being a cable man or some shit like that. Like, for real.
I mean, look, most people, if put into a position of doing years in prison or cooperating, will justify a way to cooperate. Some people are built differently. Like a Boosie. Boosie won't cooperate. Boosie will actually do time in prison. But Boosie's different. You're right. Most people should just get regular jobs. This hip-hop shit ain't built for everybody.
Well, not the hip-hop shit, the hip-hop crime shit. If you want to be doing crimes and doing hip-hop, them shits don't go together.
Oh, yeah. There's so many New York rappers in jail right now. Chef G, K-Flock, Dougie B. Serious charges with popping artists.
And they were popping for how long?
A couple years, if
right.
that.
A couple of years, if that. But how much time are they going to end up doing?
I mean, K-Flock is facing 10 years to life. Chef G took a 5-year plea deal. Dougie B is still facing, you know.
So all of these charges are way longer than your fucking hip-hop career. And then you hope that you could come out and make it pop, which is not guaranteed. Like, I'll be honest, like I see you got Bobby Shmurda on your shit. Like, he came out, what happened? Like, I don't see him making records like how he was. You know what I mean? He had that initial shit.
Yeah.
And now ain't nothing happening. Like,
well, yeah. I mean,
or it's
actually,
not taking hold.
Well, you know, I talked to him off the record, and he has records, but he also doesn't want to just drop them without some sort of rollout, without some sort of push behind him.
Listen, man.
And, you know, think about it.
You, Bobby
he came
Shmurda,
out through a label.
You are the push. You see what I'm saying? Like, these days it's different. And a lot of people have that label mentality. I know a lot of people my age have that label mentality where they don't feel they can do it on their own, or, you know, they feel like you need a machine and all of that. Not necessarily. Like, you got this internet shit, man. If you got interaction on your page and all that, man, you can get some shit out there, bro.
Well, yeah, but people, the problem is that when someone's been holding your hand your whole life, and suddenly they say, okay, you're on your own now. It's like, oh, okay, well, I dropped the record. Go ahead and get all the radio stations. No, that's your job. Okay, well, I'll go on a promo tour. You got to pay for that yourself. Okay, I got to do interviews. Who am I interviewing with this week? Well, whoever you contact, you know? But it could all be done. Listen, like, do you know how many people just DM me for interviews and get a response and get on my show? I barely work with publicists. Publicists generally don't like me. Right. You know what I mean? Generally, publicists don't like Vlad TV because they don't know what I'm going to ask. You know, when they sit down, when their client sits down with me. But plenty of artists, like if you're a known artist, you could literally go into every city, find who the big DJ, radio DJ or podcaster is in every city and just DM them. Right. And they'll answer.
They'll answer.
Meek Mill could go on a hell of a media run without a publicist.
Without a publicist.
In fact, most of y'all publicists, I don't even know how you guys are even employed. Because I remember when I hired 5WPR, they got me the lamest interviews. They got me like one of these Mexican TV shows. Like, you know what I mean? I'm just like, they got me street soldiers with Lisa Evers. I'm like, I know Lisa Evers. I'm paying like, was it $10,000 a month for this nonsense? Like, yo, this is ridiculous. But you got to do it. When someone's used to holding your hand and doing everything for you, you got to hire your own people. You got to spend your own money. Or you got to get investors. But it could definitely be done.
Could definitely be done.
Yeah. One of my Vlad TV YouTube members, DJ Jammin' Jimmy, said, ask him a story behind Brand Nubian beating up a sound guy at a show.
Oh, wow.
It's an old story?
Yeah. I mean, the sound guy started it. Shit.
His fault.
We was in LA, and this is around, you know, like Punk Jump Up time. Like Pooh Bah's not with us at this time. Okay. And it's me, Sadat, and Sincere. And Sincere was DJing for us at the time. And I remember also being there with a bunch of my dudes from the Jordan Downs. You know what I mean?
LA.
Yeah. So, I mean, and we had like a bunch of dudes from Jordan Downs, like maybe like 50 dudes with us. But they was in the crowd type of shit.
Okay.
So, all I remember is Sincere, like the sound was fucking up or something. Maybe the mics needed to go louder or the music, whatever. And so he's over there talking to the sound man, and it got to, I just like, fuck you. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and the sound man got crazy, and yeah, I just remember, you know what I mean? Sincere, you know what I mean? Start, you know what I mean? Getting into it with the sound man. Like, but he was like, I'm up on the stage and they're down here like a little bit, like on the side of the stage type of shit. And so yeah, they start fighting and type shit. So I fucking, you know, that's my man. So gotta jump in type of shit. I remember jumping down from off the shit and I fucking scraped the shit out of my fucking shin. That's from that night right there. And yeah, so we, you know, just gave him a quick little boom, boom, little Punk Jump Up to get beat down.
That's
real
what I was
quick.
thinking.
Yeah.
Was the song playing in the background? I don't
know. Yo, it's possible.
It's possible.
But all I know is after that happened, fucking my dudes from the Jordan Downs surrounded us like fucking Voltron and just we just was out of there. And just ushered us the fuck up out of this spot. And then later, I heard afterwards, niggas was shooting outside. And it got crazy, like, you know what I mean? But yeah, that's what's happening. And X joined in too. It was all three of us. I think on the sound, man.
I mean, X
but he asked for it. He asked for it.
I mean, Sadat X is kind of like the biggest dude out of the crew, right?
Now he is, but he wasn't.
Oh, back
big
then
like
he wasn't? Okay.
Sincere probably was the biggest dude
Okay,
back
I see
then.
what you're saying.
Yeah, he was.
What happened
But he
to
was
Sincere?
short and stocky.
What happened to Sincere?
Just life. Just, you know what I mean? He got into like real estate and shit like that. And,
Nice.
You know, yeah.
Well, I chimed into this online, and now the barbs are all mad at me. But the whole Nicki Minaj tirade where she was...
Against SZA?
Yeah, calling SZA ugly, claiming that Jay-Z owes her $200 million. And then when one of the TDE dudes responded, said, oh, you know, she don't want the smoke from TDE. She get put in the blender, you know, messing with people like Kendrick, whatever. And then she's like, FBI, CIA, I'm being threatened. And she talked to like one of the reps, and one of the reps like, I just got on the phone with Nicki. We will not tolerate extortion or bullying or threatening. We're looking into this. And I'm like, man, they're talking about rap battles. You know what they're talking about. Nobody threatened Nicki Minaj. But Nicki has always, and I tweeted this, and the barbs lost their shit. I said, Nicki is the definition of money can't buy you happiness. And then I said, Nicki blocked me, of course. So I actually, I tweeted from Representative Luna, the whole like FBI, CIA thing. And I'm like, y'all call me the feds. She's actually tweeting the FBI and the CIA publicly and talking to representatives about getting someone arrested over a random live stream where clearly he was not threatening her. She's a rapper. She knows exactly what he meant.
What, when he said put her in the blender?
Yeah. So she thinks, well, he gonna chop me up and put me in an actual blender? Really? Really, Nicki? And that's the thing. It's like, I just, for example, Nicki's just somebody that, look, you could clearly say, based on the numbers, that she's the biggest female rapper of all time.
Probably.
No female rapper can command the type of shows and tours that she does. Because when she was going back and forth with SZA, she's like, I sell out in countries that never even heard your name. It's true. It's true. She's calling her ugly. Oh, go paint on your fake freckles and blah, 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 blah. I heard all that started because I guess Nicki wanted a feature from SZA and they never responded to her. Seems like Nicki is just always angry, always claiming somebody's trying to suppress her or, not give her what she deserves and everything else like that. She just always seems just angry and miserable. Why is that?
I don't know. Seemed like she be bullying these broads. Like she,
yeah,
like
she's the bully.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Well, listen, at one point she got into it with academics. She's like, yo, my husband gonna come see you. Where do you live? Then she said, oh, I got some bloods that's ready to roll up on you. According to Taxstone, the reason why Drake's ghostwriter got beat up by Meek Mill's crew is because she told him to do it. Yeah, Quentin Miller got beat up. I remember we broke the story.
Listen, a lot of wars have been started by women. You know what I mean?
Helen of Troy.
Like, people keep talking all this shit about, oh, men, toxic masculinity and all this bullshit. No. Like, there's a lot of women behind the scenes that be in some of these men's ear that gets them to do some of this shit that you would call toxic masculinity type of shit. But nobody calls it toxic femininity.
Oh, yeah. No, I made a tweet, right? Like there's that T app.
I'm just hearing about this.
Yeah, so the T app was an app. I don't know if it's still around. right?
Where they talk shit about dudes.
Where women can basically talk about men that they've had bad experiences with. It's also kind of funny that a white dude started this. It is called T, which is kind of a black term. Kind of interesting. But I made a tweet. I said, yeah, women have this app called T. You know, where they talk about toxic men. Men don't need an app like that because they all assume that all women are toxic.
Yeah, that's listen, man. Like y'all need us men. Y'all need us men for real, for real. Like we make the world run.
Who do you think is more sorry.
Go ahead.
Who do you think is more evil? Men or women?
More evil?
Evil.
I don't like to sign evil.
Okay, I'll change the term. Who do you think could be more, generally is more vindictive?
Women.
Yeah.
Women.
Like, I feel like me and you could not have happened if we were women. We would just hate each other forever.
Right.
No conversation can get us back in the friend zone again.
Right. Well, there's two polarities. There's positive and negative. You know what I mean? Like the man is the positive. I'm just saying, like.
I'm just saying, like, it seems to me men could get over things. Mm-hmm. Right? Like, for example, two men could have a fist fight.
And be friends afterwards.
Regardless of who wins or loses. The guy who wins will be like, all right, well, yeah, I whooped his ass, but he fought well. Another dude's like, yeah, he whooped my ass, but I had it coming, and
right.
He's better,
Women
like,
fight and they're like, fuck that bitch for life.
Forever. I've seen it over and over again.
Right.
I've seen twin sisters hate each other forever. And they look exactly alike.
That's crazy.
Yes.
Crazy.
Not talk for a decade. I've seen it firsthand.
Wow.
I've seen it. Not naming any names.
Yeah, but that's crazy.
But yeah, I don't know what it is about women that makes them that way, and they'll burn their own house down to hurt you, even though they live there too. Men don't do that. Like, men is like, okay, like, this is ridiculous. We're not going to burn the house down. We got to figure this out. But not women, man. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. I'm not a woman, so I can't really tell you that. I mean, like, sometimes you see these, like, men's logic and women's logic. Women's logic, go on vacation with 5 friends, come back with 2 friends. Like, that type of stuff. You rarely see men go on vacation with a group of men and come back and they're not friends anymore.
Right.
Women do it all the time.
Right. Or, again, they might go on that vacation, and then during that vacation, maybe 2 of them got drunk, had a quick fight or some shit like that, and then it was over. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like, and then niggas came back, and now they talk about, yo, these 2 motherfuckers, they ended up fighting after the fucking party and shit. And it's some shit to laugh about type of shit. Like,
well, Tyler Perry's being sued for sexual assault by a man. You heard about this?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
There's a lot of very graphic text messages.
Right.
About being a bottom and being a top and stuff that
messages I don't want to read.
Yeah, messages that I wasn't very happy in reading.
Oh, you had to read it for research purposes.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I am not going to deny that I have to go
you're
through
more of a journalist than me, buddy.
Yeah. That's fine. I am 99% sure that he's gay. Okay, 99% sure. Right? I've heard stories from people I know that have told me stuff off camera that's like, okay, he's gay. But he dressed up like a woman still. You could say, okay, listen, this is the way I was starting out my career, but once I became a multimillionaire, it's just not my thing anymore. But there's a new Medea movie out on Netflix. So if Tyler came out and said, look, I'm gay, would anybody be shocked?
No, and this is why I don't understand why he don't do that. Like in this day and time, it seems like they reward you for that. I told you, they rewarded your man for doing that 6 degrees of separation. It's no accident that this guy now has a studio and all this. Like, he's one of the biggest dudes out here, as if he plays the game, but he's not publicly playing the game.
Yeah, I mean, look, what I think Tyler did that was brilliant was he served an audience that was underserved in Hollywood. People did not care about the church community, the black church community in Hollywood. Am I right?
Mm-hmm.
That was not something Hollywood ever catered to. They knew they were there and they were happy when these people spent their money with them, but in general, you know, this group of people was generally ignored. You had these like Christian type movies that were generally independent, small budget movies.
Well, The Preacher's Wife, wasn't that Denzel and Whitney? That might have been.
Those would come few and far between. Right. And you know, and if you can get Denzel, then you've now surpassed a niche.
Right.
You got an A-list, huge Hollywood star. But he said, listen, I'm going to serve this audience. I remember I was talking to someone recently. I said, what is it about Medea that you like? And they were like, well, we all have like a grandmother and aunt that's kind of like that. And we can kind of relate to that. I'm like, okay, well, me, I can't relate to it because it's a little bit different for me. But I'm like, that's so why it just sort of appeases to a lot of people, you know? But at this point, it's like, you're being sued by a man. Just come out and just say you're gay. Like,
right. I feel like it would help him even more, to be honest.
Listen,
like in these days and times?
Yeah, I think he would get even bigger.
This is what I'm telling you.
You'd have 2 studios. And, by him, like I said, he served that niche and he controlled that niche. He financed it himself. He got bigger. He started building his own studio, started doing his own movies. And look, he's one of the richest people in Hollywood right now. And it's well-deserved. He did it himself.
What do you think he's not admitting to it? Why do you think he just don't say that, I'm gay, I like men's?
I don't know, man. For whatever reason, he feels like he doesn't want to come out and say it. And look, he has a kid. He has a child. Maybe that's part of it, but I don't know. I don't know, man. Listen, like...
You shouldn't be doing things you're ashamed of. You see? Like, if that's what you into, but you hiding it because you don't want your kid to look at you like that, then why you do it in the first place?
I mean, look at Diddy. Diddy did a whole lot of stuff that he did not want everyone to know. Like...
And when his kids had to hear it, a lot of them was walking out the courtroom.
Oh, were they?
Yeah, like the girls, the twins and all that. They didn't want to hear that shit. My dad was doing what? Wow, what was going on?
But they're saying, I predicted this. Like, you could watch a whole bunch of Vlad TV interviews. Trump is saying that he's seriously considering pardoning Diddy if he doesn't get bail. Just pardoning him altogether. Which makes perfect sense because I interviewed Roger Bonds, his ex-security. He said on like half a dozen occasions, he would take Diddy to go meet with Trump and they'd hang out in that room for hours. They have a real relationship.
I bet.
And listen, if Trump, pardons NBA YoungBoy, Kodak Black.
Right, and they're the way lower level.
Yeah, they're way lower level. Who else? I mean, the Silk Road guy. Like a lot of people got pardoned.
Yeah,
everyone who
I could
attacked the
definitely
Capitol
see
building.
That happening. I could see that happening.
Oh yeah, he's gonna get pardoned.
And then it's like, but then you got a bunch of people that, Trump is a racist. Well, why is he pardoning all these black people? If he hates black people so much, why is he pardoning them all?
Well, my final topic, speaking of racists, we recently lost Hulk Hogan. And this was going around on social media. I guess it was a 10-year anniversary of that whole N-word thing that he did. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, there was like, I guess, a phone call or whatever, and
he didn't want his daughter messing with black dude or something like that. Yeah.
There's a whole N-word thing. You know, listen, I went on Twitter. I said, Hulk Hogan is a legend, but he's also a racist. Both could be true. You're not going to say he's not a legend. In wrestling,
he's a legend in wrestling.
In wrestling, absolutely. And he was a closet racist.
He's a legend in wrestling. He was a pop culture icon.
Yes.
Who was a racist and, you know, a behind the scenes piece of shit.
No surprise.
And, like, there's a lot of people that y'all fuck with right now that you just didn't catch them. Somehow he got caught on a conversation or whatever the case may be, and that's the only reason you know that. But there's a lot of motherfuckers that don't get caught saying that shit. But they're the same way as this. What I took it as, right? When Malcolm Jamar Warner passed away.
Well, yeah, that's a tough one.
Which is super tragic.
Yeah.
Rest in peace to him. I said that he was like, because you know shit happens in threes, so he said, oh, so I get to take two with me? All right, I'm going to take Hulk Hogan and Ozzy Osbourne, these two motherfuckers. Get these motherfuckers out of here. And so I feel like Malcolm Jamar Warner helped usher those two guys out because they both was fucking weirdos.
Well, you know that Ozzy actually looked it up recently. He really did bite the head off of an actual bat.
Yeah.
On stage.
Yeah.
Now, keep in mind,
he was into some satanic shit.
Okay, he didn't realize it was a bat. He thought that someone just threw a rubber bat on stage. Now, think about it. Who do you know that's got a bat in their backpack? You know? Who do you know that even has owned a bat? Where do you even get a bat? You can't go to the pet store, go get a bat.
Listen, but stop trying to be such a demonic fuck and biting the head off of rubber bats, real bats, whatever the fuck. Like, that was some sick shit.
Yeah.
Like, I heard they used to have what's called gross out concerts. Now, this was always, I never been to one. I don't know.
Gross out concerts?
Listen, this is what the white boys around my way told me back in the days. That they would have gross out, and I think it was Ozzy Osbourne, where they would pass around a bucket, and people would piss in it, shit in it, throw up in it, and throw it back up to the stage, and the motherfucker would drink it or some shit like that.
Okay, I've never heard of this. I've never been to one of these.
Maybe it's an urban legend, but I'm telling you, gross out concert.
Yeah.
Look that shit up.
I mean, you could say some white boy shit, but this white boy has never heard of that shit.
Yeah, well.
I've never heard of this.
That's some 70s white boy shit.
Yeah. I mean, listen, I was born in 73. I guess it was before my time. But
you say you was born in 73?
Born in 73.
Oh, yeah. Well,
yeah.
This shit was already going on when you was born.
Yeah, man. I don't know. But then again, all this cuckold stuff that I'm seeing all over the place, I wasn't ready for that either. I didn't know that's a thing. Like rubbing another dude's cum on your nipples. Like, what the hell is that about?
A lot of things we don't know about.
Yeah, there's a whole lot of things we don't know about.
Mexican Jordans, we don't know
Mexican
about
Jordans.
none of this shit.
There's a whole world outside
There's
our
a lot
bubble.
of shit that we don't know about out here, man. We're not up to speed, man.
And I just want to say this. I mean, this happened a little while ago, but since we last spoke, young Noble from the Outlaws ended up actually killing himself. Shot himself in the head. 47 years old, I believe.
Why? Like, why? I never understood, like, why do people kill themselves? Like, what is going on in your mind that you just feel like, you know what? I would just be better off without life.
Well, I mean, I know a few things that really is not out in the public, so I can't really say everything that I know. But I will say this, money definitely played a role in this situation. And
money
definitely played a role in the situation.
In killing yourself?
Yeah. Because you have, and this happens all the time, and you've seen this. You have these artists who have a run, but that run was a long time ago. And year after year, if they're still depending on what they used to do, it's decreasing year after year. So, for example, now you could stop me from saying this, right? I'll cut this out if you don't want me to say this because it was part of a personal conversation. But for example, Sadat X, he has a job. When he's not touring with you guys, he has an actual 9-to-5 that supports him. And that's totally okay. There's nothing wrong with that. But most rappers don't want to do that because they're scared someone might recognize them and say, oh, aren't you so-and-so? What are you doing here? What are you doing at this grocery store? What are you doing at this office? What are you doing here? I thought you're a rapper. You're supposed to be rich. Not saying that that's what Sadat X does. What he does is his own business, right? But almost like, remember that movie, The Wrestler? Did you ever see it? With Mickey Rourke?
I think so,
He was working in a grocery store, and the guy was like, yeah, I know who you are.
Right.
And he ended up just going crazy and just cutting his hand off, smashing everything. I think that's what happens. You have your career, you have your run, you have your catalog, but year after year, it just diminishes, and you're trying to hold on to it. You don't want to accept that you're now in a different chapter of your life.
But how do you go from that to killing yourself over that? I'd rather suffer an embarrassment than to lose my life.
Yeah.
Life is precious, y'all. Life is not something that, just because you had a few bad runs or, some shit happened where, I don't know, man. I just never had that. I love myself too much, man.
Yeah.
I love myself too much.
Well, and I think people also, with a young noble, I think that.
And I would never commit suicide for the record.
Me neither.
Okay?
I love myself too much. But I think that so much of who he was the identity of this young noble character, which is tied to Tupac. And the reality is that, for example, he still wanted to do music with the other outlaws, but they didn't want to do music as the outlaws anymore. So that was a frustration that was happening with him, from what I understand. It's just look, you were very lucky, and you also positioned yourself to be part of this group with what ended up being what most people would say was the greatest rapper of all time, right? An absolute icon to this day. But he was the star. Let's just all keep it 100. You guys got his glow. I don't think anybody in the Outlaws ever said, well, I'm better than Tupac. No one would ever say that.
I don't think they wanted to. They was all ready to play their position as soldiers behind the general.
Exactly. But the general's gone, and now you got these soldiers, but they're not starting their own armies and so forth. I think Death Row was trying to rock with them a little bit, but that never really happened. I think Jay Prince was trying to do something with them. That never really happened. Mm-hmm. At one point you got to say, listen, Pac was the real talent. I was one of the soldiers. I'm going to get shows every so often, but I got to transition to a new career.
He just did some shit with my man Stick from Dead Prez. They had an album or something.
It's true. You're right. Mm-hmm. But how did that album do?
I don't know.
It wasn't on the Billboard charts. It did, for the fans of Dead Prez and the fans of the Outlaws, they probably rocked it. It probably got, let's look it up. That's actually a good question. Let's actually put some numbers behind it.
I'm sure it was just some independent release, but I don't know.
That way, Stick.
Because I think they had one previously.
It's called Year of the Tiger?
I'm not sure.
No, Manhood. Sorry, Manhood. That's the name of the album.
That sounds.
It came out in 2017.
I think they have another one though. Another one just came out.
Let's Google it. Hold on.
They got another one that maybe came out right before
Soldier
he
to
passed?
Soldier? No, that's not it. Wait. Soldier to Soldier came out in 2006. So that's the most recent album, and the biggest song has 71,000 views. It features Cujo from Goody Mob. You add these views together, it's not enough to pay for the production of the album, essentially. So they're just doing it because they like to do it.
Yeah.
For the love. Nothing wrong with that. But you're not making money off your streams anymore. You're making money off the catalog and so forth. And, you know, from what I understand, the Outlaws ended up signing off their publishing back to the Tupac estate when he died, because I think Afeni asked him to do it. Like, there's some stuff behind that whole situation that didn't allow them to fully eat off of what they created. You see what I'm saying? So there's that. But, I mean, the reality is it's almost like it happens to athletes. It's like you have this run and you build up to it and you get to the heights, whether it's the NFL, NBA, whatever, but then at one point you have to retire, or, you know, no other team wants you, and you're still relatively young, because 47 to me is still relatively young.
Yeah.
You got 30, 40 years, pretty much half your life left if you take care of yourself. Like, you got to figure it out. You know, I knew as a DJ, as much as I like being DJ Vlad, as much as I like going to Australia and messing with all the groupies and having my name on a billboard in Bahrain and, you know, winning awards and so forth, I'm like, yo, I'm getting older and I can't keep touring for a little bit of money, because I was never a huge DJ. I was never Diplo or, you know, guys like this. You know, I was maybe making a couple thousand for a show when I was overseas.
Right.
I'm like, I'm not making enough money. I'm struggling. I'm now in my 30s. I got to figure something out, because I got my 40s and my 50s. This is why I just left it all alone and focused on video. I still keep the name DJ Vlad, but I haven't DJed in like 15 years.
Right.
And that's cool.
And you didn't kill yourself, though, when you fucking realized that, you know what I mean? That shit wasn't going to sustain you. You found another way to shift gears and reinvent yourself, and this is what
as you did as well, as you became a media personality. And I would like to say I played a role in that. No one can deny that.
Hey,
you know, no one can deny that, and I'm happy that
some people just have a natural thing. You understand what I'm saying?
Right. But you had to go through the effort. It could have been like, I ain't doing Vlad no more.
I transitioned into an actor before I became.
There you go. Okay, there you go. Exactly. Before Vlad TV, you were an actor.
I transitioned to a producer. I've had multiple transitions.
You have to. You have to. You can't be that hot rapper forever. Yes, you could be Jay-Z, but there's only one Jay-Z. I mean, if you look at rappers in their 50s, that can move the needle when they drop, you could probably count them on one hand. It's Jay-Z, Nas. There's 2 Chainz in his 50s?
I don't know. Maybe.
Let me see.
Dr.
Even Dr. Dre, now he dropped that album with Snoop and no one cared.
Oh, right.
No one cared. No one cared, honestly. That album, and I was looking forward to it. I listened to it. Eminem still moves the needle. His albums still do numbers. Snoop no longer moves the needle. Busta Rhymes, I don't think moves the needle, because he just dropped an album not too long ago. This is no shot at Busta Rhymes. I'm just saying, I'm just based on the numbers.
Right.
Method Man, they're great when they go on tour with Wu-Tang, but I think a Method Man solo album I don't think would move the needle. Common, like Black Thought, once again, all great artists, but they don't really move the needle once they reach a certain age. This is why when you look at all these guys, Eminem is still rapping, right? That's pretty much all he does. Jay-Z has created all types of different businesses. Snoop has been involved in everything, a brand ambassador for everybody.
Yeah.
Busta Rhymes has gone very heavy on touring, has always been one of the greatest hip hop performers ever, and he'll always be able, while he's still able to move around, I think he'll still be able to perform and make a good amount of money like that. Nas went into technology, did great with it. Dre, Beats by Dre, sold it for $1 billion. Method Man went into acting. Common went into acting. Black Thought, got a gig with the Tonight Show.
Yeah.
The Tonight Show, Jimmy Kimmel, which one is it?
It's Jimmy Fallon.
Jimmy Fallon, my bad.
Right.
Yeah, but he found a regular gig, that paid a good amount of money, and that's what he focused on. Yes, occasionally he'll do a dope freestyle and he'll do a little collab out here and there.
Doing that for years.
Yeah. Yeah, you got to transition, man. We getting older, and we got a long way to go. And don't get to the point where you want to kill yourself because no one's booking you for shows anymore. And the crazy part is that he actually reached out to me to do an interview, but the amount of money he wanted, I just couldn't do. I said, well, I could offer you this. He goes, well, that's not enough. It's crazy to find out that money played a role. When I was offering him a reasonable amount of money, it just wasn't what he wanted. And it wasn't like, oh, fuck you. No, it was a respectful, okay, well, I'm going to need this. I said, I can't offer that right now, but I could do this. He goes, no, I'm going to pass. I'm like, okay, that's cool. We still cool. Like, I don't feel any type of way. I wish you luck. And then I find out he took his own life. It's just sad,
now, how many
man.
of the outlaws have passed away?
The only outlaws that are left is my friend Edie, who was at my birthday, celebration recently. I think there is Castro, who stopped rapping and really stopped being in the media,
Because it's almost like these dudes, was they trying to go join the brother? You know what I mean? It almost feels like,
Yeah,
like they was his disciples type of shit. And now they couldn't figure it out.
Really early, man.
They couldn't figure it out without him. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
look, then you got people like Mopreem Shakur, who's Tupac's stepbrother, who sued me over using a Tupac picture that he talked about in the interview.
I had Mopreem on my show one time.
That shit was pathetic, man. Like, he was on my show, and he talked about the picture of Tupac getting beat up that he took. So he showed the picture. Years later, I think earlier this year or late last year, he sued me.
Hang on. Not to cut you off on that, but I'm just thinking for a second. Like, when the Outlaws got with Pac, like Pac was one of the biggest artists out, right?
Yes.
You gotta imagine in these guys' minds, they're thinking, yo, we are getting ready to blow the fuck up.
Yeah.
We getting ready to be out of here.
Well, and then he had an album that I think went double platinum with Tupac. The Tupac Outlaw album. So, they're experiencing it.
Right. So to have that and then to have that just like ripped away from you, or to have shit not turn out the way you thought. Because I always think about, there's a lot of, and especially females in hip hop, like there's a lot of people in hip hop like that probably thought, yo, this could be my big break. Like, and they're on big classic songs, but like, even know who the fuck they are.
Yeah.
Like, who's the girl that sing Put In My Mouth with Akinelli?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. We interviewed her. She ended up killing somebody.
Huh?
She ended up killing her husband.
Whoa!
Yeah.
Do you see?
In self-defense.
Right.
Yeah, he was like beating on her. Yeah.
I'm just saying, there's a lot of people through the years that's been on records and thinking, nah, this is getting ready to be it. I just did a song with, the biggest motherfucker, like.
Well, let's put it like this, and this will hit, this is not close to home, but in your actual home. If you really think about it, the Tupac of Brand Nubian ended up leaving the group after the first album. And you guys ended up actually getting bigger on the second album.
And that's what doesn't happen a lot of times. A lot of times when the
Grand Puba
so-called
left.
Tupac leaves, the Outlaws or whoever are not able to function afterwards. And I'm not really sure who else has done that besides us, to be honest, where the main one that people was looking at left, but then the group still continued.
Well,
maybe like the Temptations or something. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, there's Junior Mafia. Lil' Kim went on to have a strong career. Not the whole Junior Mafia, but Lil' Kim. Lil' Kim went on to have a good career. You can't deny it. You can't deny it. She didn't have a Biggie caliber career, but then again, who had a Biggie caliber career? Yeah.
But Junior Mafia didn't like.
No, Lil C's had one album and then said, "Okay, I'm good." Everyone else went and did other stuff, did real estate and whatever else.
Right.
Yeah.
Like even I noticed, like, shout out to my brother's leaders and shit, but when Busta left, like
that was a wrap.
Yeah, they wasn't able to, and we was on the same label. Like Charlie and Dinko didn't get a chance after that. Like, you know what I mean? But we did, like, and it was kind of crazy, like,
Yeah, I mean, it's tough. It's tough. I mean, when Puba left, did you guys think it was just over?
Hell no.
Okay.
Hell no.
Good.
Like,
see, I don't think people understood how big Grand Puba was at his height. He was almost like a Drake for a certain period of time.
Mm-hmm.
Like, everyone wanted him on their songs. He was putting fashion brands like Tommy Hilfiger on the map by just mentioning them in songs. I know I'd never heard of Tommy Hilfiger. Now they're still around.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Puba was just dope. He was, I feel, the standout on that first album, but my favorite Brand Nubian song was not a song with Puba on it. It was Punk Jump Up to Get Beat Down. We should not have Puba on that album at all because he had left the group. And I do like, what comes around goes back around again.
360.
360. I thought that was a great song.
Mm-hmm.
But if I were to choose which song I like better, Punk Jump Up to Get Beat Down.
Yeah, listen, Puba was that dude, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But a lot of the shit that we rhymed about was, kind of my influence, like, you know what I mean? Like, I took us down that 5% road, like, you know what I mean? And Puba just came with it and did it masterfully, you know what I mean? But
yeah,
you know what I mean? That was my energy. Like, so at the end of the day, the shit that you was really the essence of what you loved about Brand Nubian was still there. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's why we was able to still succeed.
That's where we're going to end it. Lord Jamar, our second interview.
Yes, sir.
After our hiatus.
Yeah.
Back at it again.
And according
Haters
to
gonna
them,
hate.
everything I have is from you. Like, you got me all the fuel, my new house.
That's right.
Yeah, so I thank you. I appreciate you.
I make sure you weren't wearing Mexican Jordans again.
Yeah,
so I bought you those Jordans.
Thank you. I appreciate it, man. You the fucking dude.
That's what it is. Till next time.
Yes,
Peace.
sir. Peace.